Welcome everybody to the World Cooking Guide. Today we'll take a look at the most delicious sausage worms of the continent. Wormholes need very little introduction. They allow players to teleport to another connected wormhole at the cost of 15 sanity and not much else really. They can also transport items and even larger objects, such as statues and boulders. With a total of 8 spawning in the regular world, you'll get 4 connections of varying levels of usefulness. But what if you have a world that doesn't generate natural wormholes, accidentally deleted one, or just want more of them? Well, don't you worry, because I shall teach you how to create your very own network of delicious wormholes, amongst other things. For this, we will make use of the console commands, as wormholes spawned by TMI won't be functional. Neither will the regular C_spawn command cut it. You will have to type in specifically worm1 equals C_spawn wormhole brackets and quotations. And after that, worm2 equals C_spawn wormhole brackets and quotations. This will create 2 wormholes with the invisible name of worm1 and worm2. You could replace these names with quite literally anything, though I do recommend something simple and to also include numbers to keep track easier. You may have already noticed that these 2 wormholes do absolutely nothing. In order to change this, we have to enter another set of commands. worm1.components.teleporter.targetTeleporter with a capital T equals worm2. And worm2.components.teleporter.targetTeleporter equals worm1. Keep in mind that you need to write these commands specifically after spawning in the wormholes that you want connected. If you do it before spawning all wormholes, they simply won't function. Also, if you jump into a wormhole that had its other exit deleted, the game will get very upset. If you did everything right, the wormholes should be properly connected now and allow you to travel back and forth. But as a certain lovely artist likes to say, why should we stop here? If we take this command, but don't type in the second, we have a one-way wormhole, only accessible from one side. In case you are wondering, sickly wormholes that made their debut in Don't Starve's adventure mode can also be spawned and used via the name of wormhole_limited1. The downside is that the exit hole will disappear as soon as any player uses them once, as well as deleting the teleporter component. This means that the wormholes and their connections have to be made again. So I generally recommend just using regular wormholes unless you specifically need it. Now, if we return to our duo of finished wormholes, why not spawn in another one with the same name? In this case, 2 wormholes lead to 1 wormhole, while a single wormhole that can lead to both will always throw you out at the one that has the most recent connection command assigned to it. Several wormholes with different names can connect to the same wormhole, which can also lead to another wormhole. So for example, instead of a connection with only 2 destinations, you can make one with 3. You can go as far and as insane as you want to, though I advise putting up signs to keep track of the wormhole names if you start losing count, as well as your sanity. Keep in mind that you can't connect multiple wormholes with the same name at once. You have to spawn one wormhole, insert the teleport command, then spawn the next wormhole and repeat the teleport command one by one. Oh, and if you make a connection that you didn't want to, they can easily be overwritten. Alternatively, deleting a wormhole also deletes all its teleported components. Not only does this madness work with wormholes on the surface, but also down in the caves. Even better, this can also be done with the most disgusting alternative ingredient for calamari imaginable: tentapillars. They function exactly the same way as wormholes would, just with the added difficulty of having to fight for access and losing it after just a single day. In case you were curious, you can in fact link wormholes and tentacle pillars. I don't advise that you do that though, as trying to jump into a wormhole that has its linked tentacle not defeated will probably cause your game to crash. But this is not everything, oh no. It's even possible to create your very own linked cave exits and entrances. Usually when entering either one of them without an exit present on the other shard, you simply appear at the world spawn, aka the floor at postern either above or below ground. Now, setting up custom cave connections can be a bit finicky and can be very confusing if done wrong. So let me try to explain this as clearly as possible. First off, shard connections fully ignore any assigned names given to them. The only thing that they will account for is the number value. Second, shard connections link with each other automatically. No additional console command shenanigans necessary. So, what kind of system do they use to link with each other? Well, it's in the numbers. A regular world has usually 8 naturally spawning cave connections, which sort themselves by 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and so on all the way up to 15 to 16. After which, you have free reign to add additional shard connections. But you have to follow the number system, no matter if you start right after 16, with 70 to 18, or jump all the way up to 101 to 102. Please don't do that! What about multiple connections? Those sadly cannot be done. Unlike wormholes, any second instance of the same cave entrance/exit will simply drop you off at the floor at postern. It does sound pretty simple actually, doesn't it? Well, you're also very lucky that you aren't the one who had to spend 3 hours trying to figure out how cave connections work. I just made a very big realization. Thank you very much for watching. This should cover all natural teleporters that the players have access to. Now that you can travel through the guts of the continent's cuisine, no unneeded time shall be wasted walking or killing your victims. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.